echoes from the deep, ancient underwater civilizations and their enduring mystery, the allure of the abyss, setting the scene for lost civilizations beneath the waves. Hello there, stay a while and listen. Today we will explore underwater wonders. Dive deep into this marvelous world. The vast, enigmatic expanse of the ocean holds more than just marine life and geological wonders. It cradles the silent remains of human civilizations, once vibrant and thriving, now submerged beneath the waves. Submergence, particularly when accompanied by rapid burial under layers of sand and sediment, creates an environment protected from the ravages of surface erosion, the disturbances of human development, and the corrosive effects of atmospheric decay. This unique form of preservation allows for the survival of intricate details and delicate artifacts that would long since have vanished on land, offering an otherwise unobtainable glimpse into the daily lives, trade practices, and technologies of past cultures. The discovery of these remarkably preserved sites challenges the common perception of water as solely an erosive force, revealing its profound capacity to safeguard the past. Furthermore, for many indigenous cultures, the sea is deeply interwoven with their ancestral dreaming stories and songlines, where marine animals hold totemic and spiritual significance, just as land animals do. This connection suggests that oral histories may hold clues to ancestral lands now deep underwater, adding a profound spiritual dimension to these submerged landscapes. These are not merely the stuff of myth, like the fabled Atlantis, but tangible archaeological sites. Real places that once hummed with human activity, now resting in watery graves. For millennia, the very existence of some of these cities, such as the legendary Egyptian port of Thornis, remained buried beneath sand and sea. Known only through fleeting mentions in ancient texts, the ocean, often perceived as a force of relentless erosion and destruction, paradoxically acts as an unparalleled preserver of human history, unveiling the past, the fascinating realm of underwater archaeology. The systematic exploration of these submerged worlds falls under the domain of underwater archaeology, a field dedicated to the documentation and recovery of information from underwater artifacts and sites for the interpretation of past human cultures. 5. While the allure of sunken treasures might capture the imagination, the scientific pursuit is far more rigorous, focusing on the careful, systematic approach to data collection that protects and preserves these non-renewable resources for current and future generations. This academic discipline is relatively young, having truly begun only in the early 1960s, and it has since made remarkable strides. 5. The professionalization of underwater archaeology, notably aided by figures like Teddy Tucker, has emphasized structured practices, moving beyond mere salvage to meticulous scientific inquiry. 6. The rapid evolution of marine technology has been a pivotal catalyst in this advancement. The discovery of sites like Thonis Heracleion, for instance, was only possible through the deployment of high-tech scanners and sonar. Similarly, the detailed mapping of Pavlip, the world's oldest known submerged city, utilized sonar mapping techniques initially developed for military and oil prospecting, alongside unique robots from institutions like the Australian Centre for Field Robotics. 7. This reliance on advanced technology, including seabed mapping, computer simulation, AI tools, seismic and acoustic surveys, and directly correlates with the increasing number and detail of underwater archaeological discoveries. 9. This suggests that the future of understanding ancient human history is inextricably linked to ongoing technological innovation in marine exploration, transforming archaeology from a purely manual excavation process to a sophisticated, multidisciplinary science. Many more sites are likely awaiting discovery, currently beyond our present technological reach. Japan's enigma. The Yonaguni Monument, a diver's discovery. The serendipitous find off the Ryukyu Islands, off the coast of Yonaguni, the southernmost of Japan's Ryukyu Islands, lies one of the world's most debated underwater structures. The Yonaguni Monument, this submerged rock formation, approximately 100 kilometers east of Taiwan, holds a profound mystery. Its discovery in 1986 was serendipitous, occurring when Kihachiro Aratake, a local scuba diver and director of the Yonaguni-cho Tourism Association, was seeking to observe hammerhead sharks and instead stumbled upon seabed formations that strikingly resembled architectural structures. This accidental find ignited a global discussion that continues to this day. Nature's masterpiece or ancient architecture. The enduring debate over its origins, the central controversy surrounding the monument revolves around its origin. Is it a natural geological formation shaped by millennia of natural forces? Or is it the remnant of an ancient, man-made civilization now lost beneath the waves? Geologists like Robert Schoch contend that the monument is overwhelmingly natural, primarily composed of medium to very fine sandstones and mudstones that naturally fracture along well-defined, parallel bedding planes and vertical joints. Given that Yonaguni lies in an earthquake-prone region, seismic activity could easily account for the straight fractures and geometric patterns observed. Schoch's research indicates that similar step-like formations are visible on the surface of Yonaguni Island. Further supporting a natural origin, the ongoing debate underscores the critical need for multidisciplinary scientific analysis in underwater archaeology, moving beyond initial visual impressions to uncover the true origins of such enigmatic sites. It also touches upon humanity's deep-seated desire to find evidence of advanced ancient civilizations, which can both inspire and, at times, complicate scientific inquiry. Conversely, proponents of a man-made origin, such as marine geologist Masaki Kimura, claim the formations are stepped monoliths, pointing to features that seem too precise to be natural. Arguments include the presence of perfect 90-degree angles in the steps and stage-like structures, which are difficult to attribute solely to natural erosion. Graham Hancock and others argue that while individual features might occur naturally, the concentration of so many peculiar, seemingly designed formations in such a small area is highly unlikely to be coincidental. They also note the relative absence of loose blocks on the flat areas of the formation, which would typically be expected if it were formed solely by natural fracturing and erosion. Kimura further claims to have identified evidence of a road, a castle-like structure, animal carvings, and even an underwater sphinx resembling ancient Chinese or Okinawan rulers. The Yonaguni Monument serves as a powerful case study in the subjective nature of archaeological interpretation. Its visual appearance, with its imposing size and geometric precision, strongly suggests artificiality to many observers. However, rigorous geological analysis points to natural processes as the primary sculptors of the site. This highlights the inherent challenge of distinguishing between natural formations that merely appear man-made and genuine ancient constructions, especially when dealing with relatively soft, easily fractured rock in a seismically active zone. Stepped terraces and mysterious carvings, unique features fueling speculation. The monument itself is an imposing figure beneath the waves, with dimensions reported as approximately 150 meters long, 40 meters wide, and 27 meters tall, or even larger, at 290 meters long, 120 meters wide, and 26 meters high. Its scale has been compared to that of Shuri Castle in Naha, Okinawa. This appeal often stems from a romanticized view of the past and a desire for hidden knowledge or a lost chapter of human development. While scientific rigor is paramount, The public's engagement with sites like Yonaguni highlights the powerful role that Mystery. It offers a surprisingly shallow dive, with the top terrace only 10 to 15 meters below the surface, making it accessible for divers of various experience levels. This pristine environment is also home to a rich array of marine life, including brightly colored anemone fish, turtles, rays, and, in season, large schools of hammerhead sharks, adding to the allure of the dive. The combination of the monument's mysterious features and the vibrant underwater ecosystem makes for a challenging but profoundly rewarding experience, reinforcing the monument's status as a stunning example of the secrets hidden beneath the sea. However, the area can be subject to strong currents, requiring a certain level of experience for safe exploration. For those not keen on diving, glass-bottom boat tours provide a unique perspective of this enigmatic underwater wonder, and myth play in drawing attention to archaeological sites, demonstrating a tension between established historical frameworks and speculative theories. Divers describe a flat road leading around tall walls to a terrace with large steps ascending to higher levels, evoking the image of an ancient stage where crowds might have gathered for spectacles. Further features include a deep triangular alcove, believed by some to be a chapel or altar, and an almost symmetrical structure resembling a giant turtle, speculated to be a worshipped deity. The perceived geometric precision, particularly the perfect 90-degree angles of the steps and stage, is a key element fueling the man-made theory. If indeed man-made and subsequently submerged by rising sea levels, the monument would have to date back over 10,000 years, to the last Ice Age, a period when sea levels were significantly lower, and the structure would have been above water. This would place its construction approximately 5,000 years before the Egyptian pyramids or Stonehenge, suggesting a previously unknown chapter of human history in East Asia. Masaki Kimura's initial estimate of 10,000 years, linking it to the mythical lost continent of Mu, further underscores this. While Kimura later revised his estimate to 2,000 to 3,000 years ago, closer to current sea levels, the allure of a more ancient, advanced civilization persists. The enduring fascination with Yan, despite strong geological counterarguments, and the lack of definitive archaeological artifacts, like tools or pottery, reveals a profound human yearning for narratives of lost, highly developed ancient cultures that challenge conventional historical experiencing the monument, diving into the heart of the mystery. The Yonaguni Monument is a popular destination for divers. The waters surrounding the monument are remarkably clear, with visibility often ranging between 50 to 60 meters, creating a sensation of flying for divers. Egypt's Lost Gateway, Thonas Herakleion. From legend to reality, the rediscovery of a fabled port city for over 2 millennia. The ancient Egyptian city of Thonas Herakleion existed primarily in the realm of legend and fragmented historical texts, mentioned by ancient Greek historians like Herodotus, who wrote of its grandeur and the temple where the mythical hero Heracles first set foot in Egypt, and by the geographer Strabo. The city seemed to have vanished without a trace. Armed with high-tech scanners and sonar, Godios' team detected an anomaly stretching nearly a square mile on the seafloor, more than 4 miles off the Egyptian coast. Initially, the site appeared to be nothing more than sand, as everything lay buried under thick layers of sediment. Its strategic location at the canopic mouth of the Nile, about 32 kilometers northeast of modern Alexandria, made it a vital hub for international trade and the collection of taxes. It was home to the magnificent Temple of Amun, where Ptolemaic pharaohs received their divine authority, and a large temple dedicated to Khonsu, known to the Greeks as Hera. Sanctuaries within the city were renowned for miraculous healing, drawing pilgrims from far and wide. The city also played host to the annual Mysteries of Osiris celebration, a significant ceremony honoring the god's rebirth, with Osiris brought in ceremonial procession from the grand temple of Amun-Garib to his shrine in Canopus. The city's layout itself was unique, built on adjoining islands in the Nile Delta, intersected by canals, with wharves, temples, and tower houses, linked by ferries, bridges, and pontoons, giving it a distinctive lake-dwelling appearance. The archaeological material recovered, including colossal statues, inscriptions, architectural elements, jewelry, coins, and ritual objects, paints a vivid picture of a civilization that knew great opulence and flourished between the 6th and 4th centuries BC. The city's prosperity was fueled by intense maritime activity, evidenced by the discovery of over 700 ancient anchors of various forms, and 125 identified shipwrecks, dating from the 6th to the 2nd century BC. Upon excavation, the team struck an archaeological lottery, bringing Thonis Heracleion back from the depths of oblivion in 2000.1. This monumental discovery not only brought a legendary city to life, but also definitively proved that Heracleion and Thonis were, in fact, one and the same city, resolving a long-standing historical enigma, known to the Greeks as Heracleion and to the Egyptians as its dual nomenclature added to its mysterious aura, puzzling Egyptologists for centuries. The mystery began to unravel in the 1990s, when a team of underwater archaeologists, led by Frank Goddio, embarked on a quest to locate this fabled city, a crossroads of civilizations, life, trade, and power in ancient Egypt's maritime hub during the Ptolemaic dynasty. Thonis Heracleion was of paramount importance, serving as the obligatory port of entry for all Greek ships traveling to Egypt. Beyond its commercial significance, Thonis Heracleion was a city of profound religious importance.
The Earth's fury, earthquake, and the city's dramatic descent. Thonis Heracleion's remarkable prosperity was tragically cut short by the very ground upon which it was built. Constructed on clay soils at the mouth of the Nile, the city was uniquely vulnerable to seismic activity. Around 150 BC, a massive earthquake struck, followed by a devastating tsunami. During the violent shaking, the city's foundations succumbed to a phenomenon known as soil liquefaction, where the hard clay beneath the buildings rapidly transformed into a liquid-like state. This caused structures to topple, and a powerful wave then swept the entire city into the sea, and more than 100 shipwrecks, some directly linked to the violent destruction of the city itself. The sheer quantity and quality of the recovered material, including inscriptions, architectural elements, jewelry, and coins, vividly illustrate the city's former beauty, glory, and the magnificence of its grand temples. Despite these extensive efforts, it is estimated that only about 5% of the buried city has been excavated so far, suggesting that vast portions of Thonis still await discovery beneath the sands of the Nile Delta. Frank Goddio estimates that, in a mere fraction of time, the city and its grand monuments sank approximately 7 meters and were completely engulfed by the sea. The city was further weakened over time by a combination of earthquakes, tsunamis, and rising sea levels, with its final submergence occurring by the end of the 8th century. This dramatic narrative highlights a profound paradox in underwater archaeology: the very catastrophic natural events that devastated ancient inhabitants and led to the city. Demise were also instrumental in its exceptional preservation. The rapid burial under layers of sand and debris protected the remains of Thonis Heracleion from further decay and disturbance for over 1,200 years, effectively freezing it in time. Among the most awe-inspiring finds are two colossal red granite statues of a Ptolemaic king and queen, each towering 15 feet tall and weighing several tons, discovered hidden in the murky Mediterranean waters. Another prized discovery was a fully intact, black granodiorite stele, 6 feet tall, adorned with hieroglyphics bearing a royal decree from Pharaoh Nectanebo. This recurring pattern demonstrates how destructive geological forces can, ironically, create ideal conditions for the long-term safeguarding of archaeological sites by isolating them from surface-level degradation and oxygen. Understanding this dual role of natural disasters is crucial not only for identifying potential submerged sites, but also for developing effective preservation strategies for these invaluable historical records. Treasures of the Nile Delta, colossal statues, temples, and artifacts frozen in time. The ongoing excavations at Thonis-sur-Clion have yielded an astonishing array of artifacts, offering an unparalleled window into this ancient world. Over 2 decades of continuous excavation have brought to light the temples, the largest Egyptian statue of the god Hapi, countless bronze ritual objects.
Rome's sunken playground. Baia, the Las Vegas of antiquity. A resort of opulence, pleasure, and imperial intrigue, nestled near present-day Naples, Italy, in the shadow of Mount Vesuvius, lay the ancient Roman city of Baia, a coastal resort so notorious for its luxury and hedonism that it earned the moniker the Las Vegas of the Roman Empire. Flourishing during the Roman era, Baia was the ultimate escape for Rome's elite, a place where they could indulge their wildest dreams and seek otium, a concept of leisure and pleasure. Its spectacular ocean views, natural hot springs, and opulent villas attracted the most powerful and influential figures of the Roman Republic and Empire, including Cicero, Caesar, Mark Antony, Brutus, and Nero, all of whom owned villas there. Baia's reputation for debauchery was legendary, chronicled by ancient historians like Seneca the Younger, who described it as a vortex of luxury and a harbor of vice, where parties on boats, loud music, and staggering revelers were common sights. The saying "what happened at Baia stayed at Baia" perfectly encapsulated its scandalous allure. A place where societal norms were cast aside, its proximity to a vast volcanic region, the Phlegrean Fields, subjected it to a unique geological phenomena known as 17. This process involves the gradual rising and sinking of the ground due to volcanic activity beneath the surface. 17. Over centuries, this slow, relentless geological movement caused much of the city to be gradually swallowed by the sea. Emperors frequented the resort, often in competition to outdo their predecessors in architectural grandeur, further cementing its status as a playground for the powerful. A volcanic fate, Bradiseism, and the slow swallowing by the sea. Despite its grandeur and popularity, Baia was not destined to last. The submergence of Baia occurred in distinct phases, with the lower parts of the town sinking between the 3rd and 5th centuries AD, followed by a more substantial submersion a century later, ultimately leaving much of the city underwater by the 8th century. 19. This gradual descent contrasts sharply with the sudden, catastrophic events that engulfed cities like Thonis-Heraclea. This difference in the mechanism of submergence highlights a crucial distinction in the narratives of lost cities. While some are lost in dramatic, singular moments of destruction, others succumb to a prolonged, almost imperceptible struggle against environmental shifts, often leading to abandonment before full submergence. 17. Understanding these varied mechanisms of loss is vital for archaeological prediction and for informing modern coastal planning in the face of ongoing climate change and sea level rise, offering different insights into human resilience and adaptation over time. Diving into decadence, preserved villas, mosaics, and thermal baths today, the submerged ruins of Baia form an unparalleled underwater archaeological park, offering a captivating glimpse into the grandeur and technical ingenuity of the Romans. 16. More than half of the once great town now lies beneath the waves, with ruins estimated to be 3 times the size of those visible in Pompeii. 20. Evidence of Roman engineering prowess is abundant, particularly in the construction of the ancient port, Lacus Baianest, with its massive piers built using the innovative technique of pouring pozzolana concrete directly into the sea. 19. The famous domed bath buildings, traditionally misidentified as temples, such as the Temple of Mercury, Temple of Venus, and Temple of Diana, were, in fact, sophisticated thermal complexes. 19. Roman engineers channeled warm mineral water from underground hot springs into pools and even devised complex systems to direct underground heat into facilities that functioned as saunas. 19 These baths served not only recreational purposes, but also medicinal ones, with physicians attending patients at the springs. Recent discoveries, such as a Roman villa with marble-tiled flooring and an ornate mosaic found in April 2023, continue to unveil the artistic and architectural marvels of this ancient playground. 18 divers and tourists can explore a haunting landscape of brick walls, rich marble floors, and splendid mosaics, all remarkably preserved by the marine environment. 17 For those who prefer to stay dry, glass-bottom boat tours offer a unique perspective of these submerged wonders. 20 The park reveals remnants of imperial baths, ancient shops, and thermal buildings, including the impressive Villa Pisoni, once owned by a powerful Roman family and later confiscated by Emperor Nero, Greece's oldest submerged city. Pavlopatri, a Bronze Age metropolis, the remarkably complete town plan beneath the waves off the coast of southern Laconia in the Peloponnese, Greece, lies a submerged prehistoric town that holds the distinction of being the oldest known submerged city in the world. Discovered in 1967 by Nicholas Fleming, this ancient metropolis is approximately 5,000 years old, with archaeological evidence indicating occupation as early as 3500 BC, spanning the final Neolithic, Chalcolithic, Bronze, and Mycenaean ages. What makes Pavlopatri truly unique is its almost complete town plan, including intact building foundations, courtyards, streets, and rock-cut tombs, all remarkably preserved beneath the waves. The ruins lie in crystal-clear water, often as shallow as 3 to 5 meters, allowing snorkelers to discern the full layout of the city, which spans over 500,000 square feet. Life in an ancient port, insights into trade, society, and daily routines. Pavlopatri flourished as a vital port during the Bronze Age, serving as a significant center for commerce, particularly with the Minoan and Mycenaean civilizations. Researchers hypothesize that the city was initially submerged around 1000 BC by the first of 3 major seismic events in the area. The city's vulnerability was exacerbated by gradual sea level rise over millennia. In 2009, a collaborative project led by the University of Nottingham and the Hellenic Ministry of Culture undertook the first digital 3D survey of the entire city utilizing advanced sonar mapping techniques and unique robots developed by the Australian Centre for Field Robotics. This groundbreaking work, which recorded over 80,000 square meters of the site, revealed an additional 9,000 square meters of previously unknown buildings, including a large rectangular hall and a street lined with structures. Further research in 2010 used stereophotogrammetric data to reconstruct the ancient shoreline, providing a detailed understanding of how the city became submerged. When Pavlopatri was first built in the 4th millennium BC, it stood 2 to 3 meters above sea level. Recognizing these dangers, concerted efforts have been made for its protection. The city is designated as Underwater Cultural Heritage under the UNESCO Convention on the Protection of the Underwater Cultural Heritage, which aims to prevent destruction, loss of information, and looting. Community engagement efforts, such as the annual Watch Day since 2016, have raised awareness and led to guided underwater tours led by professional archaeologists, allowing the public to experience and appreciate this ancient marvel while fostering its preservation. The site's compelling story has also been featured in television programs, further cementing its place in the public consciousness. However, by 1200 BC, as the city neared its demise, The sea level had risen by approximately 2 meters, leaving the town barely a meter above the water and highly susceptible to flooding, which likely necessitated a complex water management system. A later tectonic event between 480 and 650 AD pushed the site down by another 3 meters, combined with continued sea level rise, ensuring its complete submergence. Crucially, because the area never re-emerged, it was neither built over nor disrupted by agriculture, contributing significantly to the remarkable preservation of its layout. Archaeological findings, including ceramics, obsidian, and chert blades, confirm extensive trading relations, notably with the nearby island of Crete. The city's strategic location on an isthmus linking the island of Elefinisos with the mainland further underscored its importance as a maritime settlement. Beyond trade, excavations have provided fascinating glimpses into the social structure and daily routines of its ancient inhabitants. The discovery of 2 distinct types of graves chamber tombs and numerous CIST graves suggests a discernible gap in social status within the community. Archaeologists have also identified at least 15 buildings, some with up to 12 rooms, offering insights into the domestic and communal spaces of this ancient port. The site is littered with thousands of fragments, from everyday tableware to trade goods, each providing valuable clues to the lives of the people of Pavlopygia. The tremors of time, earthquakes, and the city's watery grave. The submergence of Pavlopygia was a complex process, primarily attributed to a series of catastrophic earthquakes. Modern exploration and preservation, unlocking its ancient secrets. Pavlopygia's exceptional preservation and status as the oldest complete submerged town have made it a focal point for cutting-edge underwater archaeology. Despite its remarkable state, Pavlopygia faces significant threats from sediment shifting caused by small boats, damage from large ships in Vatica Bay, and the growth of marine organisms. India's mythical kingdom, Dwarka, the city of Krishna. Legends, spiritual significance, and ancient texts in the rich tapestry of Hindu culture. The ancient city of Dwarka, or Dvaravati, holds a revered and mythical status, revered as the magnificent city built by Lord Krishna himself. Ancient texts, like the Bhagavata Purana, describe it as a place of unparalleled grandeur, boasting over 900,000 royal palaces, constructed from crystal and silver, adorned with gold and large emeralds. Legends speak of golden streets, intricate palaces, and even hints of technology far ahead of its time. Carbon dating of artifacts from earlier expeditions has placed the site around 7500 BCE, nearly 9,500 years ago. This astonishing age directly challenges the conventional timeline of Indian civilization and pushing back the known dates for complex urban planning and advanced societies by a staggering 5,000 years, predating even recognized archaeological remains in other regions. This revelation underscores a profound truth. Archaeology serves as a dynamic reviser of history. Such paradigm-shifting findings can fundamentally rewrite accepted historical narratives, demonstrating that our understanding of the past is constantly being refined by new evidence. The mention of suppressed archaeological data and political controversy further suggests that such transformative discoveries can face resistance from established academic or political frameworks, highlighting the complex interplay between science, history, and societal narratives. The Mahabharata, another ancient Sanskrit epic, recounts Dwarka's dramatic demise. Upon Krishna's departure from Earth to the spiritual world, the age of Kali began, and the entire city was swallowed by the sea, a phenomenon that has captivated researchers and devotees for centuries. Some fables even attribute its fall to divine retribution, curses, or an attack by a Vimana, a mythical flying machine, archaeological echoes, submerged structures and artifacts, challenging historical timelines. The profound mythological accounts have spurred extensive archaeological investigations, particularly in the Gulf of Cambay, off the coast of modern-day Dwarka in Gujarat, India. These underwater explorations have indeed uncovered submerged structures, stone designs, pottery, and architectural remnants that align remarkably with the descriptions found in ancient Hindu texts. Sonar scans have revealed city grids and ruins at depths of 120 feet. Between 1983 and 1990, archaeologists discovered a fortified foundation believed to be ancient city walls along river banks, along with stone blocks, pillars, and ancient irrigation systems, and over 500 artifacts. Perhaps the most compelling and controversial aspect of the Dwarka discoveries lies in their dating. A gateway to the past. Dwarka's role as an ancient trade port, beyond its mythical and chronological implications, archaeological evidence suggests. Dwarka also served as a significant ancient trade port. The recovery of numerous stone anchors at the site, combined with the size of the submerged city, points to its role in facilitating trade relations between Indian and Arabic areas, possibly from the 15th to 18th centuries. Although the dating remains a subject of ongoing debate, the very name Dwarka, meaning door or gate in Sanskrit, symbolically reinforces the theory that this ancient port city could have served as a crucial gateway for foreign sailors arriving in India. The Archaeological Survey of India continues its study of the submerged remains with a new study led by Professor Alok Tripath, notably featuring a significant number of women archaeologists, marking a progressive step in safeguarding India's rich underwater cultural heritage. The discovery of 65 sets of human remains, including 10 flexed burials, notably revealed the oldest known case of tuberculosis, with evidence suggesting transmission from mother to infant. This level of detail, often lost in terrestrial sites, provides invaluable data for paleopathology and anthropology, demonstrating how underwater archaeology can illuminate the intimate aspects of ancient human existence, including their diets, resource management, social practices, and the diseases they faced. The exceptional preservation at Atlit Yam allows for a deep dive, not just into cities, but into the very lives of the people who inhabited them. While the precise cause of its submergence is debated, with some theories suggesting a tsunami and others a slow rise in sea levels, the unique conditions of clay, sandy, and salt water ensured its remarkable preservation. This ongoing research continues to unravel the mysteries of the city that once thrived beneath the waves, linking its legendary past with tangible archaeological evidence. Other remarkable submerged civilizations, Atlit Yam, Israel, a Neolithic village frozen in time, revealing early human life. Off the coast of Israel, near Haifa, lies Atlit Yam, an incredibly well-preserved Neolithic settlement dating back to approximately 7000 BC, making it one of the oldest sunken civilizations in the world. Discovered in 1984 by marine archaeologist E. This site, submerged under 8 to 12 meters of water, offers an unparalleled window into early human life. At the heart of the settlement, a mysterious stone circle of 7 megaliths, some weighing up to 600 kilograms, still stands, arranged around what was once a freshwater spring, suggesting its use in ancient water rituals. The site provides the earliest known evidence for an agripastoral marine subsistence system on the Levantine coast, showing a pivotal transition from hunter-gatherer lifestyles to settled farming, animal husbandry, and extensive fishing, evidenced by over 6,000 fish bones. 17. The sandy seabed has acted as a remarkable preservative. leaving structures standing and even dozens of human skeletons undisturbed in their graves. Excavations at Atlit Yam have revealed houses, stone-built water wells, ritual installations, stone-paved areas, and a megalithic structure. Beyond structures and subsistence, Atlit Yam offers poignant, micro-level insights into ancient human health. Port Royal, Jamaica. The infamous pirate haven, swallowed by a cataclysmic event on June 7, 1692, the notorious city of Port Royal, Jamaica, met a dramatic and sudden end. Once dubbed the wickedest city on earth, Port Royal was a bustling hub for real-life pirates of the Caribbean, a place of immense wealth and rampant debauchery. Its sinking was widely interpreted at the time as an act of God, a divine judgment against its sinful ways. A massive earthquake, immediately followed by a devastating tsunami, killed an estimated 2,000 people and submerged two-thirds of the city beneath the sea. Today, Port Royal is considered one of the best preserved underwater cities in the world, its remains offering a unique time capsule of 17th century life. While only a few items have been removed for museum display, the city's structures and artifacts remain largely intact, providing an extraordinary archaeological record of a pirate haven frozen in time. The city of Xicheng, also known as Lion City, in China, represents a more modern Atlantis, intentionally submerged by human design. Modern lost cities highlight humanity's capacity to reshape landscapes and, at times, sacrifice historical and cultural heritage for the sake of progress, such as energy generation or water management. This raises important ethical questions about the value placed on cultural heritage versus developmental needs, demonstrating that the phenomenon of cities under the sea is not confined to antiquity but continues into the present, driven by different motivations and trade-offs. Xicheng's fate reflects the rich cultural heritage of submerged civilizations, reminding us of the human stories that lie beneath the surface, even in man-made aquatic environments. In 1959, a valley was flooded to create Chundao Lake, the Lake of 1,000 Islands, for a hydroelectric plant and dam. This monumental engineering project necessitated the relocation of some 300,000 people, and the vibrant city of Xicheng was deliberately sacrificed, becoming a forgotten underwater realm. Special permission from authorities is required to dive to this historically significant site, underscoring its protected status. Xicheng, China, a modern Atlantis, intentionally submerged for progress. Not all lost cities are ancient or victims of natural disasters. This instance of intentional submergence introduces a critical distinction. While many ancient cities were lost to nature's fury, Port Royal, Jamaica, the infamous pirate haven, swallowed by a cataclysmic event on June 7, 1692, the notorious city of Port Royal, Jamaica, met a dramatic and sudden end. Once dubbed the wickedest city on earth, Port Royal was a bustling hub for real-life pirates of the Caribbean, a place of immense wealth and rampant debauchery. While only a few items have been removed for museum display, the city's structures and artifacts remain largely intact, providing an extraordinary archaeological record of a pirate haven frozen in time. Special permission from authorities is required to dive to this historically significant site, underscoring its protected status. Its sinking was widely interpreted at the time as an act of God, a divine judgment against its sinful ways. A massive earthquake, immediately followed by a devastating tsunami, killed an estimated 2,000 people and submerged two-thirds of the city beneath the sea. Today, Port Royal is considered one of the best preserved underwater cities in the world, its remains offering a unique time capsule of 17th century life. Xicheng, China, a modern Atlantis, intentionally submerged for progress. Not all lost cities are ancient or victims of natural disasters. The city of Xicheng, also known as Lion City in China, represents a more modern Atlantis, intentionally submerged by human design. In 1959, a valley was flooded to create Shundao Lake, the Lake of 1,000 Islands, for a hydroelectric plant and dam. This monumental engineering project necessitated the relocation of some 300,000 people, and the vibrant city of Xicheng was deliberately sacrificed, becoming a forgotten underwater realm. This instance of intentional submergence introduces a critical distinction. While many ancient cities were lost to nature's fury, modern lost cities highlight humanity's capacity to reshape landscapes and, at times, sacrifice historical and cultural heritage for the sake of progress, such as energy generation or water management. This raises important ethical questions about the value placed on cultural heritage versus developmental needs, demonstrating that the phenomenon of cities under the sea is not confined to antiquity, but continues into the present, driven by different motivations and trade-offs. Xicheng's fate reflects the rich cultural heritage of submerged civilizations, reminding us of the human stories that lie beneath the surface, even in man-made aquatic environments. The forces of change. Why cities sink. Natural phenomena, earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanic activity, and the relentless rise of sea levels. The narratives of ancient underwater cities are inextricably linked to the powerful and often destructive forces of nature. A primary cause of submergence for many coastal settlements is seismic activity and sinking of the ground due to subterranean volcanic forces led to its slow, centuries-long engulfment by the sea. This highlights a spectrum of submergence, from sudden, violent events to gradual, prolonged environmental changes, each leaving a distinct archaeological footprint and offering different insights into human adaptation and resilience. Thornish Heraklion, built on vulnerable clay soils at the Nile's mouth, was catastrophically struck by a massive earthquake. The deliberate flooding of valleys for large-scale infrastructure projects, such as hydroelectric dams, has resulted in the intentional submergence of entire towns and villages. Xicheng in China, flooded in 1959 to create Shandao Lake, is a prime example of this phenomenon, where a vibrant city was sacrificed for the sake of energy production. Similarly, a 1,000-year-old village in Catalonia, Spain, and Villa Ipacuan in Argentina, a thriving tourist resort until 1985, were both swallowed by floods resulting from dam breaks or unusual weather events linked to human-altered landscapes, and subsequent tsunami, leading to rapid soil liquefaction and its swift descent beneath the waves. It underscores humanity's profound capacity to reshape landscapes and, in doing so, to create its own lost cities, often involving complex trade-offs between progress and the preservation of cultural heritage. These modern examples serve as poignant reminders of how human actions can profoundly influence the stories that lie beneath the surface of the water, extending the narrative of submerged metropolises from ancient times into the contemporary era. Similarly, Port Royal's demise was a dramatic event, triggered by a powerful earthquake and tsunami that submerged the city in a single day. Pavlopetri, the oldest known submerged city, also succumbed to a series of catastrophic earthquakes, with its final submergence occurring after tectonic activity pushed the site down further. Volcanic activity also plays a role, as seen in Baja, where the unique phenomenon of bradysea, the relentless, long-term rise of sea levels, has been a pervasive factor in the submergence of countless ancient coastal settlements worldwide. 20,000 years ago, global sea levels were 130 meters lower than they are today, and as global warming progressed, unique landscapes that were home to human societies for millennia disappeared beneath the rising waters. Utlit Yam, for instance, was ultimately abandoned in the face of progressive sea level rise, with later Neolithic settlements established at higher elevations, which are now themselves submerged closer to shore. This ongoing process continues to pose threats to modern urban areas, making the study of these ancient submerged cities increasingly relevant for understanding the vulnerabilities of human settlements in an ever-changing environment. Human impact, intentional flooding, and the reshaping of landscapes. While natural forces account for the majority of ancient submerged cities, human agency has also played a role in creating lost cities in more recent times. This distinction between naturally and humanly submerged cities introduces a critical dimension to the study of underwater heritage, broader implications and future horizons rewriting history, how underwater discoveries challenge established narratives. The exploration of ancient underwater cities is not merely an exercise in recovering lost artifacts. It is a profound endeavor that continually reshapes our understanding of human history and capabilities, and even health challenges of early Neolithic communities, including the oldest known case of tuberculosis. This level of detail, often lost in terrestrial sites, provides invaluable data for fields like paleopathology and anthropology, underscoring the interdisciplinary nature of underwater archaeology and its capacity to illuminate the intimate aspects of ancient human existence. Innovative projects such as Japan's Shimizu Megacity Pyramid envision colossal underwater structures that could accommodate thousands of residents, while concepts like Aquaria and Ocean Spiral explore sustainable living spaces in aquatic environments. It is a call to recognize the importance of safeguarding our shared cultural heritage against the threats posed by climate change and rising sea levels, and to learn from the resilience and adaptability of past societies. As interest in underwater archaeology continues to grow, so does the opportunity to uncover more of these submerged treasures, inspiring future generations to appreciate and protect the enduring stories that lie beneath the waves. These future underwater cities could serve as research hubs for marine biology, protect coastal ecosystems, and integrate eco-conscious designs with renewable energy sources, redefining how communities thrive in harmony with the ocean. The Eilat Coral World Observatory already showcases the practical potential and educational value of submerged structures. The very existence of these well-preserved sites, protected by the ocean, allows for a unique and otherwise unobtainable window into the past, demonstrating the profound value of the submerged cultural landscape. Discoveries like Dwarka with carbon dating suggesting an age of nearly 9,500 years directly challenge conventional timelines of Indian civilization and indeed global human development. Such findings demonstrate that archaeology is a dynamic field, constantly revising accepted narratives and pushing back the known dates for complex urban planning and advanced societies. The notion that suppressed archaeological data and political controversy can surround these paradigm-shifting revelations further highlights the complex interplay between scientific discovery and established frameworks. These sites reveal that human ingenuity in adapting to environmental challenges, developing trade networks, and establishing complex social structures often predates what was previously understood. Beyond grand urban centers, sites like Atlit Yam offer micro-level insights into the daily lives, subsistence strategies, a call to action, preservation, climate change, and the future of underwater habitats. The study of ancient underwater cities carries significant contemporary implications, serving as a powerful reminder of the fragility of coastal communities throughout history and the pressing need for sustainable solutions in the face of modern environmental challenges. Rising sea levels and coastal erosion continue to pose direct threats to existing urban areas, making the lessons from these submerged pasts critically relevant. Figures like Frank Gaudio emphasize that much of what lies beneath the sediment remains hidden, presenting ongoing challenges for preservation efforts. These submerged marvels are not just historical wonders, they also inspire forward thinking. Designs aimed at tackling contemporary issues like overpopulation and climate change. Ultimately, exploring cities beneath the waves is a captivating journey through history and a compelling invitation to reflect on humanity's relationship with its environment. Broader implications and future horizons rewriting history, how underwater discoveries challenge established narratives. The exploration of ancient underwater cities is not merely an exercise in recovering lost artifacts. It is a profound endeavor that continually reshapes our understanding of human history and capabilities. Discoveries like Dwarka with carbon dating, suggesting an age of nearly 9,500 years, directly challenge conventional timelines of Indian civilization and indeed global human development. And even health challenges of early Neolithic communities, including the oldest known case of tuberculosis. This level of detail, often lost in terrestrial sites, provides invaluable data for fields like paleopathology and the pressing need for sustainable solutions in the face of modern environmental challenges. Innovative projects such as Japan's Shimizu Megacity Pyramid envision colossal underwater structures that could accommodate thousands of residents, while concepts like Aquaria and Ocean Spiral explore sustainable living spaces in aquatic environments. These future underwater cities could serve as research hubs for marine biology, protect coastal ecosystems, and integrate eco-conscious designs with renewable energy sources, redefining how communities thrive in harmony with the ocean. The Eilat Coral World Observatory already showcases the practical potential and educational value of submerged structures. Rising sea levels and coastal erosion continue to pose direct threats to existing urban areas, making the lessons from these submerged pasts critically relevant. It is a call to recognize the importance of safeguarding our shared cultural heritage against the threats posed by climate change and rising sea levels, and to learn from the resilience and adaptability of past societies. As interest in underwater archaeology continues to grow, so does the opportunity to uncover more of these submerged treasures, inspiring future generations to appreciate and protect the enduring stories that lie beneath the waves. Figures like Frank Gaudio emphasize that much of what lies beneath the sediment remains hidden, presenting ongoing challenges for preservation efforts. And anthropology, underscoring the interdisciplinary nature of underwater archaeology and its capacity to illuminate the intimate aspects of ancient human existence. The very existence of these well-preserved sites, protected by the ocean, allows for a unique and otherwise unobtainable window into the past, demonstrating the profound value of the submerged cultural landscape. Such findings demonstrate that archaeology is a dynamic field, constantly revising accepted narratives and pushing back the known dates for complex urban planning and advanced societies. The notion that suppressed archaeological data and political controversy can surround these paradigm-shifting revelations further highlights the complex interplay between scientific discovery and established frameworks. These sites reveal that human ingenuity in adapting to environmental challenges, developing trade networks, and establishing complex social structures often predates what was previously understood. Beyond grand urban centers, sites like Atlit Yam offer micro-level insights into the daily lives, subsistence strategies, a call to action, preservation, climate change, and the future of underwater habitats. The study of ancient underwater cities carries significant contemporary implications, serving as a powerful reminder of the fragility of coastal communities throughout history. These submerged marvels are not just historical wonders, they also inspire forward thinking. Designs aimed at tackling contemporary issues like overpopulation and climate change. Ultimately, exploring cities beneath the waves is a captivating journey through history and a compelling invitation to reflect on humanity's relationship with its environment.